Hello and welcome to today's edition of In Business on Orange FM. My name is Fatau Bayaka. The weaving of Kente began somewhere in the 17th century at Bonwire, a small community in Ashanti. The history behind the activity is an exciting one. So Bonwire is the famous community when it comes to the production of Kente. This community has been producing Kente since the 17th century, and many people come here every year just to have a view of this wonderful cloth that is being done here.
The whole issue or the whole act of Kente weaving started way back in 1678, where our two ancestors, whom they were all hunters, went for a hunt. They were Opoku Kuregu and Kwache Ameyao. The elderly was Opoku Kuregu and the junior brother was Kwache Ameyao. And they were hunters. And one day they went for a hunt in the suburb here in the Bonwire called Ariwakeseyong. That place is where Kuregu, the elderly, saw a spider while the spider was making it to it. So they studied the spider for a while and came back home. And in 3 days later, they went to the forest again and they saw that the spider has expanded the web. So they thought that if the spider was making this, how can the human being? So they came back home, and that time there wasn't any yarns. When I said the yarns, I mean the material which we used to do the weaving. There wasn't any yarns which they would use to do the weaving. So they went to the riverside and they got a raffia. We got raffia from the bamboo. So they got raffia, and what they did was that they lay the raffia onto their toes and bring it to their waist. So that one they call it ayasetuma in our dialect. Asasetuma, ayasetuma in our dialect. That's the waistcloth. Since they lay the raffia through their toes and then bring it to their waist. So that was the initial stage, and it was turning. It wasn't broad as you see Kente cloth now.
Kente, which serves as a symbol of identity among the Akans, is largely worn during special traditional occasions. Interestingly, the Asantehini's attire is usually uniquely designed to differ from the rest of the gathering. The step portrays the importance of the king to the Asante kingdom. Eric Quatten is a historian at the Bonwire Kente Weaving Center.
We have a special Kente cloth for the Asantehini because we recognize him as the great king. So his cloth has to be separated from the other one. That's why I was telling you the history. I told you my great grandfather. So my house or my ancestors are the ones who wove for the king of Ashanti. And whilst we are weaving his cloth, the cloth for the king of Ashanti, we weave it in closed doors, behind closed doors, where nobody can see it and copy it. After when you wrap it on, then anybody can afford. Right? So Kente for the king is always different from the others.
The Kente business has transformed over the years into a major employer at Bonwire and its environs. It has also been beneficial to the Asante Kingdom and the nation at large.
Kente has been beneficial for this town, and not this town alone, Ashanti Kingdom and Ghana as a whole, because it has brought a lot of work. A lot of visitors also come here to pay a visit and see how the Kente cloth was done. And when the visitors, when I say visitors, I mean our people from diaspora. When they come, they lodge the hotels, restaurants, and rest. So while they rest and then come to Bonwire, Ghana as a whole benefit from this.
This Kente business has helped us a lot. So many people came here without even having any capital. And due to this Kente, now and today I can confidently say that my colleagues, some of them are owning their own house, some of them they have their own, let me say, plot. And indeed, it has helped us a lot. Even the community, the community. Sometimes foreigners from outside, they come here to just have a look of the kind of job or the kind of work that we are doing here. The Kente production. They will come and just watch how even they are so surprised that how we manage to combine materials to do this kind of work, wonderful, let me say, artistry product. So indeed, when they also come here, one way or the other, they give us some donation to also improve our production or our tourist center.
Though Bonwire has gained a good name in Ghana and across the world for their wonderful Kente production, the community is connected by deplorable roads. This situation is discouraging many tourists from visiting the area in recent times, thereby affecting the local business.
Challenges. The major ones are Bonwire is a tourist attraction area or tourist attraction site or tourist attraction town. But the rules heading towards Bonwire, we have bad rules. Like if we have a good rules, a lot of tourists will come, because when you have a bad rules, it scares most of the customers or the tourists. Especially some will say that, oh, I won't use my Porsche car on this road to come and buy this or that.
The road network is not helping us at all. Day in and day out, tourists from outside come here to just do some, let me say, some research. They will come here to just, they want to know the history behind the Kente. And because of our poor road network, when they come here, they don't feel like come here again, or they don't feel like bringing new tourists from outside.
The establishment of a Kente weaving factory, according to the residents, is the surest way of significantly improving the business. The factory, they say, will help in the production of weaving materials to prevent importation.
Help us a lot when government comes in and put in an assist, like building a nice shed for the weavers. It will help us a lot, so that it's like we'll be having a good shelter where a lot of the Kente weavers will be under it. That's why this government was coming and introduced something called One District, One Factory. The people of Bonwire and its inhabitants were very happy that, oh, the people of Bonwire will at least get something out from it. Maybe they can help us to build a factory which they will produce the yarns for us, so that it won't be a worry for the weavers. And also some of the weavers can have a shelter where we can weave under it. And so if government is coming in and build a shelter for us, will be much appreciated. And also like providing us a factory which the yarns can be produced there, it will help us a lot, because all the yarns now which we are using now are all imported from abroad.
It's something that we are hoping for, that the government will come in and help us. We'll be so happy that if the government will come here to build a factory that will help in production of the materials here, because we do believe that if the government help us with this our request, indeed it will help, or it will boost our Kente production. Because what am I saying? Like I was saying earlier, that when they come and do the production, or they come and build the factory in our community here, the material will no more be importing from China to Ghana here. We are going to do the material by ourselves.
To give the Kente business a further boost, the Vice President Dr. Muhammad Baumia carved salt for the construction of a Kente museum at Bonwire. Salt was carved for the construction of this building behind me by the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Muhammad Baumia, in October 2020, and was expected to be completed within 6 months.
First time in history, Kente Museum was Bonwire. Ayadea, Ehia, Moshes, Ejima, MPP, Monina Begidise, Ema Pia, Ebisida. Mimesha, this a technical vocational Kente weaving institution. Ama Bonwire as a tertiary institution. So we technical vocational noa. Now they are factory noa. Now they are museum noa. Now you are integrated community industrial development strategy. Movement media going in. Where the shares a bit picture Bonwire my young Koda so big to my year. They unite to me.
But it's about 3 years now. The project is yet to be completed. Residents in this community say they are worried about the delay.
I don't know the reason why this project is delaying, because while he is commissioning the project, he said that it will be completed in 6 months' time. But now the project started in 2020, but now we are in 2023. So I don't know the reason why the project is delaying. And so we will appeal to the government, especially the vice president, who came here and do the commission that she will set an eyes on the work again for them to complete it on time, so that the weavers here can all move into it and do the work as well. Yeah, we are much worried, because we are now entering into the raining season. We are entering into the raining season, so the people of Bonwire are worrying too much, because it's like if somebody put an order and it is raining, we have to stop. We have to stop, and when the rain stops, then you restart everything again. But if you have that shelter, we will all move into it. So we will be much appreciated if the project will be completed soon.